Hey crew, welcome back to the workshop. Artisan Pirate here, and in today's fun scroll saw project video, I have another springtime sorta project to make and bring to life. It's going to be another little miniature 3D diorama that I think is going to show what the scroll saw is capable of with a little bit of time, practice, patience, and effort. I've already got the pattern printed out to its full size and attached to our material with clear packing tape, and here is all of the material we're going to be needing to make and bring this little miniature diorama to life. Keep in mind, we're going to be cutting out that very thin 3mm or 1/8 inch material. You can see how it flexes there in my hand. This is the same material I use over at the laser engraver at times. My buddy Robert up in New York give me a whole box of the 3mm craft plywood to play around with, and it's the only 1/8 inch material that I have out in the workshop. But what we're going to be making is a little miniature bird cage with 2 spring birds in it. And the reason I want to bring this project to life is because back when I was little, when I was younger growing up, by the front room door we had a bird cage with 2 birds in it. We had 2 parakeets when I was growing up. One was green and yellow, one was blue and white, and we called them Frosty and Skipper. Never knew which one was a male or female, or if they were both males or both females, but I remember fondly just watching them for hours on end. At the end of the day, we'd put like a towel over the cage to let them know, hey, it's time for, you know, the household to go to bed. But here is the full design, and we're going to be doing some stack cutting and regular cutting in today's video. Now we're going to need the struts that make up the classic bird cage design, and we're going to need 6 of these, and as you see, Steve Good indicates stack cut 6 of these at one time, and I've got 6 layers of the 1/8 inch material here, and you can see how some of it has been used over on the laser engraver. I just got what scraps I could to prepare the full pattern. And then we're going to have the base. The base is of course going to have slots to accept the tabs on the birdcage pieces itself, so we're going to have to be very loyal to the cut line, because you can see how small these little slots are. I mean, my fingernail there, my pinky nail, will actually cover up those slots, so we're going to have to be very careful over at the scroll saw. And then we have the top with the 2 spring lovebirds in it, so it's kind of like Frosty and Skipper have came back in a way, and this would be a great way to celebrate their memory and show them off in a wooden aspect that will last a lifetime. But the pattern is an older Steve Good design, and I recently picked up the entire Steve Good collection in the wake of his sad passing earlier this year. The family compiled everything he had ever did for the scroll saw woodworking community, and Steve Good always went above and beyond. You get a USB flash drive in this package here. You can see it says Scroll Saw Workshop Collection, and to my knowledge it was updated for everything that he had made so far in 2026. So now I have his entire collection on a USB thumb drive, and the family also put every one of his scroll saw project videos or tutorial videos or review videos on the thumb drive as well. And I am happy to support and show my appreciation to not only Steve Good, but the Steve Good family for allowing him to do so much for the scroll saw community. And I highly encourage you all to pick up the USB flash drive as well. It is $40 US currency, and I think that's a phenomenal deal for the thousands upon thousands of patterns that you get on the flash drive. But since everything is pretty much prepped and prepared, let's move the camera over to the workbench so we can take a tiny drill bit and drill out all the pilot holes for our scrolling, and then we can head over to the scroll saw and start making sawdust. And over here on the workbench, we're going to take the Seiko Scroller's drill and a tiny drill bit and drill out all of the pilot holes for internal cutting. And this is very thin material, so we are of course going to work with it very carefully once we get over to the scroll saw. Over at the scroll saw, for all of the scrolling on this project, I'll be using a number 5 Ultra reverse tooth blade, and it will cut through our material exceptionally well with a minimal chip out. Here we are beginning with the 6 layers that are stacked up to make up the struts of the bird cage, and I will proceed to cut out all of the slots that will accept those struts during the assembly process. and you see I have a small triangle of the same 3mm craft plywood we are cutting setting to my side, and I'm testing the fit before continuing on each of the slots we are cutting. Of course, anytime you do slotted or tabbed scroll saw projects, you want to double check and make sure all of the fits are nice and snug. Here at the close-up portion, you can see me quickly just testing the fit with that scrap piece of wood. And I do this anytime we are doing a slotted or tab design. The pattern I am cutting out is by the late Steve Good, and it is available on his website at scrollsawworkshop.blogspot.com. We miss you dearly, Steve. But cutting this out brought back those memories of having birds when I was younger. The parakeets Frosty and Skipper. So it was good to go back and revisit those memories while cutting this project out. Now we are doing some of the final internal cuts, and we'll begin releasing all of the pieces from the waste wood. Of course, taking our time and letting the blade do the work, and being as loyal as we can be to the cut line. If you all like what you're seeing, I would highly encourage you to subscribe to the YouTube channel and also follow me across all my social media feeds under the Artisan Pirate name. I truly appreciate the support. Just being very careful here because some of the pieces end up being very small and fragile, and I don't want to break anything away. But we are cutting out the final piece here, and then all of the scroll saw work will be complete, and we can move over to the workbench and carefully remove all of the pieces from the waste wood, and we get our first sort of visual here with all of the parts and pieces laid out on the workbench. But then it will be time for sanding, and since everything is so small and fragile, I just sanded with a hand sander here. This is a sheetrock sander. It's got a thin piece of foam on it, but I've got a high grit Klingspor Woodworking Shop sandpaper in it, and it's great for sanding these smaller and delicate scroll saw parts. But after all of the pieces are sanded and cleaned up, I'll begin the initial glue up process with medium grade CA glue and activator. And of course the glue dries quickly. And before we move over to staining, I got out my longer Nano Pro 12 watt laser engraver, and on the base of the inside of the base I engraved my Artisan Pirate logo quickly. Took around 3 minutes to do that, but then it was time to stain everything a uniform shade of light Minwax wood stain that does not mask away the grain textures of the material you use. And all of the uprights I could just quickly dip in the stain and wipe away the excess. And while everything was drying, here is a look at that USB drive that I picked up from Steve Good's family. There's the project we are working on now, but you can see it is packed with thousands of creative scroll saw woodworking projects. We can never thank Steve enough for all he did for the scroll saw woodworking community. But after everything was dry, it was time to begin the final assembly with more medium grade CA glue and activator, and unfortunately, due to the fragile nature, I did break one of the upright struts, and I did my best to repair it off camera. But here we are gluing on the top portion here, and it is just a matter of lining up all of those tabs to go in the slots. And I set it aside for around 5 minutes to completely dry and cure, and then it was time to apply a finish. And for a finish I used several coats of Rust-Oleum clear gloss. I hung the cage on a wire and after clear coating it, I hung it on a nail in the doorway so the morning breeze could dry it. After it dried, the project was complete. And here we have the completed spring lovebirds and bird cage, cut out completely over on the Rikon scroll saw from start to finish, and it finished up beautifully with some cute and very fragile detail cut out completely on the scroll saw, showing again what a scroll saw is capable of. And I want to once again thank the late Steve Good for a beautiful and creative design to teach with scroll saw woodworking. We miss you dearly, Steve. It took me around 25 minutes to scroll everything out completely from start to finish. You all seen that I started by cutting the 6 uprights that make up the dome shape of the bird cage, and the reason I started with the 6 layers of 3mm or 1/8 inch wood is because the scroll saw blade was fresh and sharp, and if you put a fresh sharp blade in the scroll saw, it will fly through the thinner material if I was just cutting out the single layers, and I hope that makes sense. So I wanted to kind of get that fresh sharpness off of the scroll saw blade before doing all of the small and intricate cuts that made up the rest of the project. But as you can see here, close up, you can easily depict the 2 lovebirds. They could be 2 little peace doves, they could be whatever you want them to be, and I just think it finished up beautifully. And during the scrolling process, I was reminded of the parakeets I had when I was little that my family got for me, Little Frosty and Little Skipper. Of course, they are long gone now, sadly, but the memories do live on, and this is a way to simulate my love of birds. Of course, being a pirate, I love tropical birds. When I was cutting this out, I was also thinking of the aviary at the North Carolina Zoo in Ashburn, North Carolina. I know they had this big tropical, it was kind of like a huge tent that was tropically enclosed to simulate the climate of the tropical birds, and they just had the birds loose in there. They were not in cages like this. They were actually out in the open, and you would see them along the paths. You would see them sitting in trees that would be native to whatever land they came from. So it was really cool. I loved birds. I've always loved seeing them. I might get into bird watching when I get older, who knows. But again, this project is very fragile, and you've seen during the assembly process that I broke one of the uprights there, and I repaired it to the best of my ability with the medium grade CA glue and activator. But I still think for what it is, it finished up very beautifully. Of course, again, 3mm or 1/8 inch material, it is very fragile. And you've seen why I was scrolling during the close-up footage. I took that little triangle piece of the same material that this is made of to double check the fit on all of the slots so they would properly accept the tabs when we got to the assembly process. And I hope you like the little added touch of me putting the Artisan Pirate logo there on the base. Of course, if you have a laser engraver, you could put whatever decor you wanted here. You could put a bird quote on here, you know, birds of a feather flock together, or something like that, or 2 peas in a pod, you know, just something like that. The skies are always the limit. I stained it with a uniform light Minwax wood stain. I used golden pecan so that it would not mask away the grain textures. I have never liked when a stain or something like that mask away the actual grain textures when I'm wanting them to shine through, and that golden pecan Minwax wood stain is light enough to still allow those beautiful textures of the material to shine through. But I hope this project proves that if you take a little bit of time over at the scroll saw and let the blade do the work, and with a little bit of time, practice, patience, and effort, a beautiful design like this will emerge. Now, due to the nature of it, we could of course stack cut and made several of these and finished them in several different ways. I stained it. You could of course go above and beyond and use acrylic craft paints to go in and paint everything. I did toy with the idea of doing the 2 birds, you know, 1 green, 1 blue, like my birds from when I was younger, but I decided not to. I wanted everything to be 1 uniform shade, and then the Rust-Oleum clear gloss we added at the end really tied everything together. Once again, I got this pattern off of the Scroll Saw Collection USB drive I ordered from the Steve Good Passon. As of the time of this video's recording. I don't know when it will go live to the YouTube platform, but the USB thumb drive is available for $40 as US currency, and I do not know if it ships worldwide or not. You would have to check that, but it comes on a flash drive just like this. It's got a keychain on it if you want to put it on a set of keys to travel with it. You just take it off, you plug it into your laptop, your desktop computer, and everything that the amazing Steve Good ever offered to the scroll saw community will pop up, and it's loaded on this USB thumb drive. And we want to thank him for everything he did, and also thank his family for allowing him to make all of the scroll saw content that he made over the years at his website, scrollsawworkshop.blogspot.com. I really miss the daily uploads and the patterns, but I'm thankful to have everything on a digital format like this. But really, really cool. We have a huge pecan tree in the backyard, and every day that it's nice, you can hear the birds chirping away, and it's just a very relaxing sound, especially if you're sitting out in the backyard, or if you're walking around with a cup of coffee, just gathering your thoughts for the morning, and you can hear those birds go tweet, 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 tweet. It is very relaxing, just like wind chimes. But really, really cool. Springtime lovebirds in a miniature bird cage cut out completely from start to finish over at the Rikon Scroll Saw. Really, really cool. I hope along from the intro until now, as we are closing the video, you all picked up a tip, trick, or tidbit for scroll saw woodworking along the way. And if it's your first time over here on the channel, hopefully you'll click that subscribe button and follow me across all my social media feeds under the Artisan Pirate name. As always, links to contact me as well as all my social media feeds will always be linked down in the description box below these videos. That's about all for this one, crew, and remember, if I can make it or do it, so can you all. I'm the Artisan Pirate. Take care, and I'll see you all real soon.